So welcome to the mountain practice. This is a practice that is a visualization, and I believe I'm right in saying that it was introduced by Jon Kabat-Zinn, the man who brought us mindfulness-based stress reduction into the West in the 70s. So for this practice, what we do is we imagine ourselves to be like a mountain. And no matter what comes, no matter what weather or seasons, then the mountain stays the same, firm and secure and rooted. So before the bell takes us into the guidance, just finding your posture, important as ever. Feet flat on the floor if you can. So sitting. So with your body on the chair and your back coming away from the chair if possible. And just to begin, can you imagine that your body, your upper body, is like a triangle? So you have your pelvis, so from hip to hip, and then you go in a sort of a triangular shape up to the top of your head. So just sitting here, just feeling that shape, and letting the bell take us into the guided practice. So gently sitting here now, and if it's comfortable for you, the invitation is to gently close your eyes. And if you don't like to close your eyes, then just cast your eyes downwards with a soft focus on something that's in front of you. And so to begin this practice, just take 3 deep breaths all the way in and all the way out, and feeling each breath as you do. And then when you've done that, just allowing your breath to find its own rhythm. So taking away all control of your breathing, just letting it breathe all by itself. And just take a few moments now just to feel your breathing. So just watching your breath in your body. You don't have to do anything at all except just watch it, notice it as it's here. Now, when you're ready, bring to mind the image of a beautiful, majestic mountain. So it may be one that you've seen before. It may be one that you've made up in your imagination. It may be an image of one that you've seen somewhere, or a combination of all of those and more. But just take your time now to imagine this picture. And gently allow the image of the mountain to slowly form. So gently coming into focus now. And if you're not a very visual person, then don't let that stop you from enjoying this practice. Just go with it, just allow it to happen. So can you just hold that image of the mountain in mind? And we're going to do some noticing now. So what colour is your mountain? Is there snow on the peak? And can you notice the shape of your mountain with its peak high up in the sky? Maybe that peak is above the clouds or below. And can you notice how the base of your mountain is firmly fixed into the Earth's surface? Are there any trees growing on the slopes of your mountain? Is there some vegetation that's there for you? So as you're gently noticing your mountain as best you can, becoming aware of how stable it is, how grounded the mountain is. So really feeling the presence of the mountain as if it's right here in front of you, right now. And now allow yourself to merge into the mountain, so that in one sense you are the mountain. Your head is the lofty peak. The sides of your body are the slopes of this beautiful mountain. And the seat you're sitting on is where the mountain becomes one with the rest of the earth. And you are sharing now the immense size and stillness and majesty of the mountain. And you, as the mountain, can look all around you 360 degrees and see the beautiful images that there are around you. So your bum and your legs represent the mountain rooted to the earth. So give yourself permission now just to feel a gentle uplift in your posture. So coming from deep within your pelvis, deep within your spine, and upright, just like a mountain. So you're sitting now as if you are that breathing mountain, still, serene, centered, and majestic. And can you notice your presence here? It has qualities beyond thought, beyond words. And as you sit here as the mountain, you notice the sun moving across the sky, continuing changing areas of colour, light and shade. And eventually day turns to night. And overhead, the sky is like a roof, and the roof is made of stars and light clouds. And the moon is pale, and it's casting a silver light in a very delicate way. And eventually, night gently gives way to the dawn, with a new day, new possibilities, and gently different experiences. Different days will bring different weather. Some days cloudy, some days clear. Sometimes it rains and you see the most beautiful rainbow. And other days it's bright sunshine. And through all this change that surrounds you, you remain the same, dignified, solid, fully centered in this moment, in the present. As the days pass, the seasons change. In summer, the sun will probably melt most of the snow, and any trees on the slopes are filling up with leaves, and nature is very, very busy. In autumn, the temperatures cool and the leaves may well turn a different colour. Can you notice the colour of the leaves as they change from green to different shades of red and orange? And when the winter comes, it brings with it the snow, cool winds, bigger clouds. This is a time for rest. This is a time to hibernate for much of nature. And as winter gradually blends into spring, the activity of nature begins again. And can you notice how all this change makes no difference to you in your essence as the mountain? You're familiar with change. And you bring acceptance to your practice, accepting that this is the way things are. And you also know that your inner being is still and calm and solid and beyond thought and one with the earth itself. And you just sit here now. Even when you are buffeted by the most violent storms with its wind and its rain, you just are here. And just as a mountain experiences changes in each day and season, so you have different experiences too, with each new day and with each season of life. Sometimes you're faced with strong storms in your body and your mind. And tuning into the essence of the mountain is reminding you that there is a place within you that remains centered and still, despite the seemingly big changes that are happening around you. And the way through life's changes and challenges is gently opening up with awareness. And in your willingness and courage to feel the cold wind and the very strong storms, you also open awareness to the possibility that this storm will pass. And that moment by moment change will occur, and there will be another spring after winter. Sometimes our internal weather can include draining thoughts, difficult emotions, painful sensations. But the mountain doesn't take the weather personally. The weather just does what the weather does. And the mountain doesn't hold any grudge. The weather just weathers. And perhaps your internal weather can be impersonal too, and just part and parcel of the nature of things. And resisting to those experiences just causes more problems. And sometimes it takes some time to see that. It's not as if you're ignoring the weather of life, but we are discovering the value of honouring and respecting the weather, noticing that it comes and it goes, and that peace can be here despite the storms, despite the changes that constantly appear. And in the last few moments of this practice, maintaining your posture, being the mountain, sitting, strong and sturdy and sure, knowing that whatever this weather is now, it will go. And you are stable and remain.